Howdy, y'all. Welcome to entrytool.com. Today I'm going to go over the registration process on getting signed up and creating an account for Entry Tool. That way you can enter all your upcoming rodeos and jackpots through entrytool.com moving forward. Let's get started. All right, when first coming to entrytool.com, you're going to land on this screen here. You'll be presented with two options, one to register, one to sign in. Before diving into the registration process, I do want to make an important note that if you already have a WCRA account and you use the VRQ to nominate your rodeos, go ahead and use that same login to log yourself into entrytool.com. So if you have a WCRA account, that same email and same password credentials you can use here on entrytool.com, and that'll get you logged in, and no need to go through the registration process and create another account. But those of you that do need to create an account, you're going to want to start by selecting the left option here and clicking on register. Doing so will navigate us to the registration screen. And starting at the top, we have step one, account details. We're going to ask for an email address and a password. Now, the email address, you're going to want to make sure you have access to it and it's a valid email. We send out entry confirmation and entry receipts to the email you provide here. So in order to obtain those records, you're going to want to give us a valid email address. So valid address, you come down, you give us a password, and then this brings us to step number 2, which is choosing the account type. Those of you that are 18 years and older and are creating this account for yourself, you do not need to do anything with the account type. You can skip this section here, leave athlete selected, drop down to your profile details, enter all the details we asked for below, agree to the legal terms, and get registered. But those of you that are 17 years or younger, you must have a parent and or guardian sign you up and create the account for you. So those of you 17 years or younger, you must have a parent come in, create this account, and select this parent and guardian account type. Now, parents, if you're an athlete yourself and compete in rodeo and not just your youth, you can go ahead and leave this athlete account type selected. But if you do not compete yourself and you're creating this account solely for your children, you can go ahead and deselect that account type, only with the parent and guardian account type selected. So once you select the parent and guardian account type, either leaving athlete selected or deselected, you will drop down to the parent or to the profile details. Now, parents, this is still your profile details, so you're going to want to enter the parent's first name, parent's last name, get a date of birth for you parents out there, and then a phone number for the account. And we ask for a valid phone number as well, as because we do use your phone number to send out event announcements, updates, event draws. So to get those text messages, you're going to want to put in a valid phone number. And then for example purposes, I am just going to put in that 555. So enter profile details, and remember, it's you, the parent, it's your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and your phone number. Now let's get to the fourth step, and that is adding the children to your account. So you agree to the legal terms, continue, and this brings us to a new screen where we can add our youth athletes. So you're going to click add youth athletes, and now parents, this is where you can enter your youth info, your children's info. So this is the, child's first name, child's last name here. We'll do the child date of birth. Let's make my child 16. And then the child's main discipline can be selected from this drop down here. I'm going to have a bale racer. And then last but not least, you can select the gender, male or female, of your child. Female, click continue. The next and fifth step is going to be this consent form. You can read through this, but basically what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, you are giving us, entrytool.com, permission to capture your child's first name, your child's last name, as well as date of birth and their main discipline. Not only can we capture that, but if you agree to disclose to third parties, what that is saying is you're allowing us to send your child's entry data to the event promoter. So we're allowed to send over their first and last names, their date of birth, what event they entered, how many times they entered in all, etc. So this is what agreeing to third parties means. So we ask for an electric signature, parent's signature here. Then we ask for a valid street address and most up to date. So most up to date address can be put in here with the city, can select the state, and then a valid zip code there. And then once you agree, and again, this is just agreeing to allow us to send entry details to the promoter, you can go ahead and wrap up the registration. Agree to there. If you have more than one youth, you can go and add another one. You'll be presented with the same steps. So this is going to be the second child, and then we can put 10, 2005, and this one is header. And again, you'll come through the same consent where you have to again give a signature and then give a current address, current city, and current state there. And so once you add all your youth athletes, you click finish registration and you are all set. You got an account created for you, yourself, and your youths. But that is it on the registration process.